Hello everyone and welcome, my name is Thundernumel and I welcome you to my channel. Recently I have seen many posts on Facebook which point out the differences between Yu-Gi-Oh manga and the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. This got me thinking about the Yu-Gi-Oh GX manga, which is the one that is the most different from its original show. The story is completely different and the characters are different in many ways. Also, the main character, Judai Yuki, uses a completely different deck from his anime counterpart. He does use some of the old elemental heroes, however he never gets the Neospatians or the Neos archetype. He goes for the other lineup of elemental heroes and picks up the mask heroes along the way. I know that most of you haven't read the manga, so I figured I could give it a shot and try to bring the manga to you. This is my interpretation of the chapter 1. I hope you enjoy. A solitary island floats in the southern seas. On that island there is a particular school for up-and-coming duelists. The name of the school is Duel Academia High School. We are shortly introduced to the ranking system of the school. Obelisk Blue is for students who had the best grades in the middle school. Ra Yellow is for students who did well on their entrance exams. And Slifer Red is where students constantly live in the fear of expulsion due to their grades. We pick up this story with our protagonist, a Slifer Red student, Judai Yuki, who is just winning his duel against another student, using his elemental hero Bubbleman's signature attack, Bubble Shot. "Alright!" Judai exclaimed while being cheered on by one of his friends, Sho Marufuji, also a Slifer Red student. Later that day, Judai was just lying on a bench in the grand hall of the Duel Academy when he was approached by Asuka Tenjoin, an Obelisk Blue student who just seems to be an acquaintance of Judai's. She seemed to be curious as to why Judai was lying all alone, and he quickly explained that Sho was dueling an up-and-coming professor at the school. Through their conversation, we learned that to become a teacher at the Duel Academy, a person must face off against 50 students in a row and win all of their duels in order to qualify. Asuka also informs Judai that Mr. Ryuga, the teacher in training, is rumored to be taking his soon-to-be students' cards after beating them in a duel. We cut right to the dueling floor, as a huge kapow is echoing through the room, as we see Sho's Roid monster being destroyed by what appears to be a gigantic robot dinosaur. "Why are my spells not working?" Sho wonders as he checks if his duel disc is functioning properly, also noting that his monster and trap cards are working just fine, while Mr. Ryuga is just glaring at him from a distance, looking menacingly, commanding his dinosaur to launch a final attack on Sho. We catch up with Sho walking away from a duel looking gloomy as Judai appears from behind asking him how the duel went. This is where we find out that Sho's cards were stolen by the professor, which enrages Judai. At the same point in time, we catch up with Ryuga talking to none other than Professor Kronos, one of the professor of the academy who coincidentally lost to Judai while Judai was taking his entrance exam. "Ryuga, your 49 consecutive victories are quite impressive. You have truly met my expectations of you," Kronos explains as Ryuga thanks him out loud for his praise, while revealing his evil plans to us, the audience, in an internal monologue. "I won't betray your expectations yet, Professor Kronos. As soon as I gain the entrance to Duel Academia, that is. I'll dispose of you as soon as possible, dear Professor. That's right! As soon as I become a teacher in this school, I will gain a voice over the dueling community. And when the students who receive my teaching spread across the world, the dueling community will be controlled by my way of thinking." As he was leaving the office, he is met by Sho and an enraged Judai, who demand that he returns the cards he stole to Sho, stating that "cards are the soul of a duelist, and no one can give up their soul so easily." "If you give me your cards now, Judai, I'll go easy on your grades when the time comes. I think your cards will be happier being with a duelist of my caliber." "Someone like you doesn't even deserve to be called a duelist. You're nothing but scum," Judai said loudly. Their heated argument is interrupted by Professor Kronos, who just happens to be passing by. He didn't overhear what they were arguing about, and as the students are about to explain what happened, Mr. Ryuga literally holds his hands over their mouths, lying through his teeth, saying that he was just talking to Sho about their duel. Kronos then recommends that Ryuga's 50th opponent should be Judai, and they both agree. We join in on the fun at the 5th turn of the duel between Ryuga and Judai, and Judai has taken a lead as his elemental hero Wildheart just destroyed Ryuga's dinosaur monster and left Ryuga at 3250 life points and no cards on the field, while Judai has an elemental hero Wildheart and Sparkman on the field, a set card in his back row and full 4000 life points. As Ryuga wonders how strong of a duelist Judai is, he summons his Dawn Turtle, but it doesn't stick around for long as he uses his Ultra Evolution Pill, tributing it to summon his ace monster, Cyber Dinosaur.
If all monsters your opponent controls are in defense position, tribute one monster. This card can attack your opponent directly this turn.
Cyber Dinosaur, attack Wildheart! Ryuga commanded, as a burst of bright light shot out of the dinosaur's mouth, destroying Wildheart and leaving Judai with 3000 life points. Ryuga then places a card face down and finishes his turn, as Judai for his turn draws into a polymerization. He thinks that he already won a duel, not knowing that Ryuga was fully aware of his ace card. As Judai is about to activate polymerization, Ryuga uses a gadget hidden in his ring finger. As we soon find out, it's the same strategy that he used against Sho. It shoots an invisible ray into the duel disk, thus making it so that the duel disk doesn't register any spell cards. The onlooker Junmanjome notices that something is wrong, but as Professor Kronos points out, if the duel disk is malfunctioning, it's the fault of the user. Judai recalls that he was using his duel disk as a frisbee when he was playing in a park earlier with Sho, and he figures that that's the reason why the duel disk is malfunctioning. I summon Elemental Hero Ocean in defense mode, and I end my turn! Judai exclaims as Ryuga takes his turn going on to the offensive, normal summoning a Hyper Hammerhead. Next he activates his face down card, which was Smashing Ground, destroying Judai's elemental hero Sparkman. Next up, Hyper Hammerhead attacks into the ocean as Judai activates his hero barrier, negating the attack. Next up is Cyber Dinosaur, who tributes his Hyper Hammerhead to attack Judai directly, leaving him with only 500 life points. Just surrender, Judai. Unless a miracle happens, you have already lost this duel. A duelist never gives up until he has no more cards. Just like the legendary duelist that I wanna be like, I'm not gonna give up, and one day I'll become the Duel King. If I never give up, I'll create a miracle. Judai exclaims loudly while drawing a card for his turn. Normal summoning the elemental hero Woodsman and setting 3 back row, Judai passes it back to his opponent. It is all over, Judai. I attack your Woodsman with my Cyber Dinosaur. Not so fast. I activate Morass of Morality.
When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target that attacking monster. Its original attack and defense becomes halved.
And now I activate another card which will create a miracle!
Fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters you control as fusion materials. Destroy it during the end phase.
With this card, I fuse Elemental Hero Ocean and Woodsman to create my ace monster! Rise! Elemental Hero Terra Firma! Terra Firma! Destroy Cyber Dinosaur with Earth Impact! It's not over yet, Judai. You only destroyed my Cyber Dinosaur. I still have 2000 points left. That's right! It's not over yet! I activate my trap card, Shield Strike!
When a monster you control inflicts battle damage to your opponent, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its defense.
And with this card, it's all over! As Shield Strike takes the last life points from Mr. Ryuga, the onlookers cheer Judai on as he again loudly exclaims that he's gonna be one who's gonna be the new Duel King, no matter what. And this is how the chapter ends. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video, and if you would like to see more, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna make a part 2 if this video hits 200 likes. Oh, and before I go, the reason I'm using different names for manga characters as opposed to the anime names is because they are entirely different characters set in a different universe. There are a few similarities between them, but overall the story is very different. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye!